What is up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. We got a lot of catching up to do. We got a lot of juicy topics to talk about. Well, I don't even know if it's juicy. I call everything juicy. But there's a lot of stuff that I just have to explain. My last video I think was called Let Me Explain, but I was like very like surface level in that video, and it's just time that I just share with y'all, the people that have been there, my ride or dies, what's been going on. So I'm gonna explain this video, what happened to the video with me and Brandon, introducing my boyfriend video, that was like years ago, and also an update on my mental health. I actually finally got a diagnosis. But what's been going on with me the last few years, why I've been so flaky, why I've been so not myself. So yeah, we're gonna do a little coffee talk, but before we get into the juice, it's time for a coffee break. Go grab your drink, girl, and listen to this word from this video's sponsor. Today's video is sponsored by Instant Brands. They sent me their brand new Instant Dual Pop Plus coffee maker, and y'all, it immediately replaced my old laid out coffee maker. Amazing doesn't even begin to cover it. And by the way, all of the packaging is recyclable, so I better not see y'all's boxes in the trash can, okay? Voila, the big reveal. So the Instant Dual Pop Plus coffee maker can hold up to 68 ounces of water in its reservoir, plus it's removable, which makes it so much easier to refill than reattach. It's also travel mug friendly, so you can fit your 7-inch tall, 16-ounce travel mug with no problems. Today I'm making a latte, so we're just gonna start with a regular mug. And yeah, you heard right. A latte made with espresso, because not only does this coffee maker take K-cups, but it also takes espresso pods as well. It comes with this reusable coffee pod that you can fill with any ground coffee of your choice. So that's 3 ways to make your morning brew and 6 different size options. You can even select the bold option for a stronger brew. Crazy. So once my espresso is done, I'm gonna add my favorite non-dairy milk and creamer, and of course, you know, I'm gonna flavor it up a little bit, so I'm gonna add a splash of delicious vanilla syrup. Bon appetit. And of course, I'm going to put some ice cubes for my iced coffee. My mornings just got so much better thanks to Instant Home. Y'all, I have been wanting an espresso machine, but I don't know how to work those weird old machines. But I don't know if you've ever seen those videos of people like making espresso, and they have to do the thing, they like pat the thing down, and they put the thing and the thing and twist it. I can't do that in the morning. I'm barely functioning as it is. I need the coffee, I need the espresso to be able to function. So Instant Brands has come through because now I can make my lattes and not have to worry about all the other stuff. Make sure to check them out below in the description box. The first thing, the big elephant in the room. What happened to the video with me and Brandon? Okay, so this is a whole story time in its own. Like, if you saw all my old dating story times, and you know this is like on brand for me. But okay, so when Brandon and I first started dating, things moved so fast. Like, we literally had our first 2 dates in 2 days, and then 2 weeks later I moved in with him. Like, but you know, there was some things that I wasn't quite knowledgeable of, like where he was actually from. It's like a freaking rom-com, y'all. Like, I feel like this is the plot of a movie. I may have to write this. Yeah, I've been writing a little bit lately. Yeah, we'll get to that anyway. But it was like a freaking rom-com. You know, we have this like great relationship. We built really fast. We just bonded really well. And you know, he kind of got in too deep, and he didn't know how to tell me the truth. But we ended up making a video. He did not want to make the video, honestly, y'all. He was just like, I don't know. And I thought he was just like camera shy, or like he was just like nervous or whatever. But he didn't want to make the video because like, he was like, oh no, like, I'm gonna get exposed. And yeah, he got exposed. The video kind of went viral on Twitter because people from his college, they saw his video, they're like, wait a minute, who is it? Why is he talking like that? Like, what? And so they started commenting on my video, and at first I was like, what in the world? I thought it was just like hater. Like, I honestly thought, because it was like one guy, and I was like, who in the world is this? I thought it was like some random like hater. So I deleted the comment. I was like, okay, like what in the world? Like, that's so weird. Delete. And then the people from his college, like they were all on Twitter and they were like talking about me deleting comments. Like they were like literally like people were so ready to bash me, and I really was just in the dark about it all. Like I didn't know. I really thought what I was told. You know, it was kind of traumatic for me to like put out this video that I was so excited about. You know, like I've had these crazy dates and I've had these like insane story times, and so I was just like really excited to finally have like my happy ending, kind of like what kind of felt like was like my happy ending. Like I found my boo, I found my soulmate. Like I was really excited to share this video, and then all these people were like accusing me of being a clout chaser, and like people were just saying horrible things, crazy stuff that was not in my character at all. So all these like literally it was like so many people trying to say all these things, and I kind of like freaked out a little bit, obviously. So I took a little bit of a break from YouTube. It was just wild because I think people forgot, and they forget even now, like even though you're watching me on a screen or you're like, I don't know, seeing like my photos or whatever on Instagram, like I'm still a real person. Like I still have feelings. So anyway, Brandon and I have talked about making a video about it because it was just so wild, and yeah, we're still together. Things are great. We did have like a moment where I went back to Texas for a little bit when all that went down. Yeah, we're good now. Like we're great now. So our rom-com did have a happy ending. So but you know, I took the video down because obviously like he wasn't being genuine and my character was in question. So I took that video down, and it kind of like put me back into a bit of a depression. I wasn't used to like being so heavily criticized and so heavily judged by people who hadn't even seen any of my videos before, and like I don't know, it just was a lot for me, like a lot. But I was trying to like just keep pushing and keep going. I was just like, okay, well, let me just make my podcast. And so I used my podcast, it was Move Girl Podcast, and I ended up using it kind of like almost like a therapy session instead of actually going to therapy. So I was just talking about a lot of the stories and a lot of the things that had happened to me in LA. But then there came a point where like I didn't feel better. I didn't feel like I was making any progress on my self-love journey. I kind of felt like I was just like talking about the same stories, because like these things that I was talking about on my podcast, I would like talk about it with my friends, or I would talk about it with Brandon or my family and stuff. And so I just kind of felt like I was just like in a cycle of repeating the same stories that kind of traumatized me in LA. So I decided to like kind of pause on my podcast, and I wasn't sure if I was gonna come back to it or not. I was like, I don't know. So fast forward to 2021. All that was 2020. So fast forward to 2021. I was still kind of like in my head about the content that I was putting out. Like my engagement had dropped a whole bunch. I was just like not in a good mental place. Like, I mean, I was all right. Like there were some things that were great. Like Brendan and I, we ended up working through everything. We were in a really good place. And like with work and stuff, like my career, I was really just kind of like pushing forward, trying new things. I was producing in 2021. Again, I hadn't produced since 2017. So I started producing again and just seeing like what I was feeling. I started writing. I was just kind of exploring a lot of different things to kind of see like what would make me feel better, what would make me feel fulfilled, because I wasn't really getting that with social media. I was just getting anxious when it came to social media because I was so nervous about like what people were gonna say, or if people were judging me, or if people were still thinking that I was this like crazy clout chasing lying girl. Like I was just so focused on what people thought. So anytime that I wanted to post or make a video or do anything, it was met with a lot of anxiety as well, because I was just thinking about all that stuff. So I decided, I was like, well, okay, maybe I just should tell people about myself, like tell people who I am, so they don't think that I'm this way. So I decided to create this series called The Real Arianna Jonae. And in this series, it was gonna be a 4-part series, and I was just gonna talk about my journey to LA, like my career. Got through the first part easily. I was talking about my childhood, my college experience, but then when it came time to do part 2, the anxiety was insane. I tried filming that video maybe like 4 or 5 times. I talked about this in my last video, but like I don't even know if y'all have seen that video, but here's a little clip. I kid you not, I tried to film part 2 4 or 5 different times. I could not do it. So yeah, I struggled so badly. I was like, what the heck? Why can't I get through this video? And I don't even know how to explain like what I was feeling besides like anxiety. I was like overwhelmed. I started thinking about all the stories that I was telling again, because like I write down all my videos, except for this one. I'm just like sitting here talking with y'all. I'm like, hey, what's up? Let's chit chat. But usually I write out all of my video talking points so that I don't get too off subject. And so I wrote down all 4 parts. I literally wrote out every single video. And some of the stories that I was telling within those videos, like I realized I hadn't really healed from them yet. Like I was still hurt and I still had a lot of emotion behind a lot of those things. After like the 5th time trying to film that video, I was like, all right, something's gotta give. I need to take a step back. I need to start my self-love journey over again, and I need to do it off camera. And it was kind of scary because, you know, in social media, if you don't post or if you take a break, then you become like irrelevant. But like I said before, I was exploring a lot of different things. So like, I was like, okay, this is the perfect opportunity for me to take a break and actually like become my best self. And now this process was a process. I did my whole like normal routine, you know, like journaling, my affirmations, manifestation, my prayer journal, my meditation. But there was still something like, I don't want to say wrong, but wrong. Like I knew something wasn't quite right still. Like I still felt uneasy. So I decided to try like supplements and stuff. That's a whole other story time. I tried these one supplements. I got an ad for it on Instagram. I was like, oh my gosh, this looks cool. And so I reached out to the company because I wanted to work with them. I was like, oh, this sounds great. Like I think this could possibly be something that could help me out. I'd love to try it and we could collab, blah, blah. They were like, yeah, so they sent me the stuff. Yeah, Those supplements gave me migraines, like horrible. I only did it for a week. I could only last a week. They gave me horrible migraines and sent me into an even deeper depression. Like I was feeling like eerily depressed. Like it was like kind of scary how down I was feeling. So I literally threw those things out. I was like, sorry, this isn't gonna work for me. I threw those things out. I saged my apartment because I was like, what the heck? I never in my life felt like that down. Like it was like bad. I was like, nope, nope, we're not about to be that depressed. Oh no. So I saged my whole apartment. I got me some new incense and stuff. I was praying. I was like, Jesus, help my brain. I was like, So anyway, the supplements didn't work for me, and I decided that I needed to talk to a professional, especially like feeling that down after taking some like vitamin supplements or whatever they were. I really don't know what they were. Feeling that down, I was like, okay, maybe I should like talk to a professional. So the first thing that I was diagnosed with was ADHD. I knew I was gonna be ADHD just because so many of the symptoms just aligned with what I thought was my personality. Turns out that's a disorder. The reason why it took me so long to like seek help about it or actually like get diagnosed, when it comes to ADHD, there's different symptoms that are more prevalent in men and different symptoms that are more prevalent in women. And the men's symptoms are the ones that are mostly known. So because a lot of women don't actually exhibit the same symptoms, or like we present it in a different way, it's often overlooked and people just assume like, oh no, like you're just kooky, you're just this, you're not blah, blah. So for me, you know, I kind of talked to my family about it and I was like, oh yeah, I think I may be like ADHD, something, I don't know. And they were like, well, but you did so well in school. You got straight A's, blah, blah, blah. Because it's like, kind of associated with ADD or ADHD that in school you had a hard time or you didn't have good grades or you got in trouble a lot in class. Like me, I was a goody two shoes. I was not trying to get in trouble. I got detention once in my life and it was my senior year of high school because my whole class got detention because we had left. It was my student council class because we had left when we had a sub. We told them we had to go to do Big Brother, Big Sister, but we were just going to eat and leave and then we got caught. And so yeah, that was my only detention ever. The second thing that I got diagnosed with was an anxiety disorder. I didn't know I was gonna have anxiety disorder now. I thought I was just going in there, I thought I was gonna give me my ADHD meds and call it a day, thought I was good. But you know, your girl has been doing the dang thing, and now that I know what is going on with me and what's going on with my brain, it's a lot easier for me to function. I just feel more confident in myself. I feel like I am able to be creative again and post again and not be so nervous about what people are gonna think of me or what people are gonna say about me, or like even posting this video is kind of scary because like nobody wants to just be online talking about, yep, I got mental disorders, like I'm here, I got diagnosed with 2 disorders. Like nobody wants that, because people say all sorts of crazy things and I'm like nervous, but I'm also like, this is me. The last few months have been like seriously life-changing. I was finally able to heal because I wasn't like obsessively thinking about all the stuff that happened in LA and just replaying those things in my head. And I was able to finally get out of my head and become present again. And that has just made such a huge difference. I just feel joyful again. I feel like myself again. I just feel like I have a second chance. Like I know it's not a second chance or anything. Like I know it's like still my same life, but I just feel like I have a second chance to like accomplish my dreams and do all the things that I came out here to do, because I honestly was at a point where I was just like trying to decide if I even wanted to stay in LA, if I wanted to come up with a whole new career plan. Like I was just so lost when I was dealing with my undiagnosed anxiety disorder that I didn't know I had. So it just feels good now because I've made so much progress. I've been posting on my Instagram, I've been posting on my TikTok. I also started a second platform for like my fashion and beauty content, which is at the Arianna Diaries XO. And you know, I've been writing. I'm actually getting mentorship right now for writing because your girl has a pilot that I've been kind of like working on and playing with, and like we even shot a couple of scenes which helped me like get back to the drawing board and like work things out. So I'm just really excited to just explore all the things that I've loved to do, and I am like enjoying it instead of putting so much pressure behind it all. Like I'm just having fun, I'm being present, I'm living in the moment. I don't know, I just feel like I'm in such a much better place. So that is my life update. That's what's been going on. It's the reason why I've been so like wishy-washy, MIA, flaky online. So I feel like I'm back. I feel like myself again. You know, I just feel so happy. I'm really just grateful. So grateful. And again, special thank you to today's sponsor, Instant Brands. Make sure to check them out below in the description box and get your instant coffee machine. Like seriously, it has changed the game. Much needed. Give this video a big thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. I will see you guys in my next video. Make sure to follow my Instagram at Arianna Jonae and my second Instagram at the Arianna Diaries XO, and I'll see you guys next time. I love y'all so much. Bye. Little sleepy baby. She's sleepy. Oh, it's a big yawn. Say bye-bye to everybody. Oh, kisses. Say bye-bye.